Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all to Deptford Reach's annual general meeting. To start, we have a few clips of service users telling their story.
I find it's a very warm, friendly atmosphere, and I'm happy to get involved as well. If there's anything to be done, then I'm happy to get involved. It's quite a lifesaver for a lot of people. When my electricity was down at home and I had nowhere to wash clothes or take a shower or anything, this is a complete lifesaver.
When you're ready.
I'm ready. Hello.
What's your name?
My name is Patrick.
What services do you
Most of the
use?
services. I like to stay clean. I use the shower and facilities. Whether the water's hot or cold, I just have to get clean. Sometimes difficult. Then I use the telephone services to contact anyone who's needing to get in touch with me for any reason. I use the post, and I come here to eat the lovely food for the last 5 years. One of the last services before you've got nothing at all. You rely on friends and family, which the networks have changed. I know it's hard for charities because the funding is being cut, so I can't imagine how much fundraising we could do if we were more organised in some form or another. I'm not sure what it means and who's going to put the effort in, because everyone's already stretched to the budget.
I use the shopping centre to talk to people, socialise, go to the meeting, and I use it for dinner and breakfast, but I don't use the shower.
How often do you come to Deptford Reach?
3-4 times a week. 3 to 4 times a week.
Lunch, most days. Sometimes the computers upstairs, and very occasionally the laundrette.
How often do you come to Deptford Reach?
Virtually every day.
Okay, my name's Terry. I've been coming to Deptford Reach for about 5-6 years now, and I weren't sure what the services were about. When I first come here, I was surprised by how many different aspects of Reach there was, like IT skills, homeless, looking for accommodations, help with the DHSS, and other problems as well. And with the IT room, I've learned so much from like updating my CV, home search, help with the DHSS and everything like that, and it's been really helpful because most jobs now they need IT skills, and I find the staff really helpful, you know what I mean, they fall over backwards to help me.
The Fair Share van arrives over at Deptford Reach, where volunteer chef David is eager to find out what surprises they have in store. He'll be preparing it all.
Ladies, middle of winter, Solero, aye. There we are, that'll do you. Oh my goodness, eating mess. Wendy, it's a papaya.
Oh, nice.
A free ripened papaya. It must have been imprisoned in a papaya cell somewhere. Yeah, free.
Deptford Reach takes a delivery twice a week of supplies from Fair Share. All the food is prepared on site and sold for a nominal fee to clients.
Tzatziki. People aren't here want to know what tzatziki is, but they will next week.
It turns out David trained as a chef in Glasgow, London and Paris, and has worked in the House of Lords and Versailles. Now he's volunteering here 5 mornings a week.
Keep up the good work, yeah? Thank you.
They must have been over the moon when you showed up and said, I'll do some chefing for you.
Well, no, I mean, they didn't know that I was a chef. I used the services and everything, but when I realised they were struggling, and I just mentioned it to them.
So what's your sort of daily routine?
Well, I got up early in the morning and I just come here. We prepare a fresh soup, a meat main course, a vegetarian main course, a sweet.
The canteen opens for business at noon and is instantly dishing up around 60 servings of David's food.
When you've got people content, well, that's the greatest thing you can
And it's
have.
all come from a little warehouse down the road in Bermondsey.
Yes, indeed.
One of the clients who has benefited from the service here is musician Richard, who is now also training as a counsellor in music therapy to help others who use the service. Deptford Reach has become a lifeline. Early in the evening, I meet Richard at the church down the road where he plays the organ.
What's it like being at Deptford Reach? What does that place sort of mean to you?
There are facilities there where people will help you to sort out problems, big problems, minor problems. But it's also a space to mingle with other people, and to have that space is good. And it's a safe house. And the staff are very sympathetic, and they're good. They're good. You can speak to them.
In the early 80s, Richard suffered a personal tragedy when his home was burnt down, and it coincided with the end of his career as a drummer in chart-topping band The Motors.
I think that we're all very vulnerable. Us human beings are extremely vulnerable. I did really enjoy playing in The Motors, you know. And we put out some good music, you know. It was excellent and great fun.
And all of a sudden you were sort of, almost like you had the rug pulled out from underneath you.
That's right, that's right, that's
but
right.
Deptford Reach has
Yes.
put you back on the rug.
Yes.
With access to healthy food in the centre during the week, Richard also finds the donated sandwiches from Pret are a huge help at the weekend.
It's the weekend now, I've got some sandwiches, and that will help me, you know, my budget.
It's lovely.
The centre and the food it provides are also essential in getting David back on his feet. They give advice on how to claim benefits and how to access emergency loans, vital for homeless people. But now these loans are under threat. At the end of March, central government will hand over responsibility for paying out loans to local councils. But as the money will no longer be ring-fenced, there is no indication of whether it will reach the needy. It could be distributed in a different way by each council.
What we do know is that most are not thinking they're going to provide loans because they haven't got the capacity to recoup the money from them. Most of them, where they're thinking about it, will be thinking about voucher schemes to help with furniture costs, which won't cover those crisis points that happen in everybody's lives when you need that little bit of extra cash. So my biggest concern is that those people who need cash will turn to the loan sharks, the payday loans, and will find themselves falling further into debt.
The demand for fair share will inevitably go up, and the charities always need more food. At the moment, only 5 out of the 8 supermarket giants subscribe to the scheme.
Is there ever enough food? Are you getting enough in?
No. There is lots and lots of food out there. We get 0.1% of the food that we think is surplus. The food industry in this country is feeding 65 million people every single day, just in time. You and I expect the shelves to be full when we go into the supermarket. So there are always going to be surpluses. What we think is absolutely disgusting, though, is if that food isn't fed to people when we've got 5.8 million people in this country who are going hungry. And the more that the retailers can support us, and the more that the retailers can help us by getting the suppliers to the retailers, then actually we can do some incredible stuff together.
With help from those big firms, David will continue to serve up food in the Deptford Reach kitchen, sent by FareShare on a daily basis, helping to keep some of London's hunger at bay.
I'd like to thank you all for coming. For further information, please visit our website at www.deptfordreach.org.uk. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Safe journey.